Ladies and gentlemen, live from Eastlake, Ohio, right across the street from Captain Stadium, it's You Gotta Be Freaking Kidding Me. And if you got kids or anybody around that you may not want to hear some inappropriate comments, put them away. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, LG and your boy, Jeff Leaf, You Gotta Be Freaking Kidding Me.
Go ahead, LG. Go ahead.
I was sitting here waiting for you.
You want to call some shit?
You're to give it the show intro tonight, man.
Oh, I'm doing the intro?
Welcome back to
the You Gotta Be Freaking Kidding Me show, folks. And, man, am I pissed off, and I know he is. And Omar, he's back there pissed off.
Everybody's pissed off, man.
Yeah, and you know
what the frick is this world coming to here, man?
You ain't kidding. You know, and I know it's splattered all over the news. And I don't want to go ahead and give these people the killers. I just, you know what? Okay, imagine this, folks. You know, I mean, I have kids. I know LG does.
Well, thank God
Omar,
my kids have grown
kids?
up, man. Omar probably has kids he don't even know about.
I'm from a country where we have to have kids. If we don't have kids, my head would be chopped off.
Wow, that'd be an improvement.
He'd be even shorter than.
Cut his leg off up to his neck.
But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, man, we want to give out our sincere condolences to all the people involved in this Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting earlier today. It's just an unbelievable event that took place. A cowardly bastard walked into an elementary school and shot and killed 20 students
from the
kindergarten class. There's an entire class unaccounted for this evening. Entire class, man.
Last report, LG, I heard 27 total dead.
Well, there's 27 dead. 20 students, though.
20 kids.
20 students.
Ranging from 5 years old to 10 years old. And you know what? I mean, even the adults, whoever they were, the other 7, they got killed. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just sickening.
Well, listen to this. 20 students woke up this morning. They were excited to learn something. They were excited for the weekend that was coming.
Weekend?
They're excited for Christmas. They're excited for the New Year, and only to have their lives stripped from them in Newton, Connecticut. And our condolences and our prayers go out to those people up there, man. It's unbelievable that you can't do anything these days without the fear of some asshole coming in with a gun and shooting the hell out of somebody, man. 2 days ago, it took place in an Oregon shopping mall. 2 people were shot in a mall before the shooter was taken out there. We had the movie theater thing in Colorado just a while back. Right. It's terrible, man. And the worst thing you can do, and I goof around a lot. I like to have a lot of laughs. I like to have a lot of fun, but I do not like to see any children ever get injured.
Absolutely.
It's just a freaking travesty of. It's to the point now, Jeff. We got to pass out guns and go back like it's the Old West. And I know you give the guns to some people, they might try to shoot out of panic and maybe kill innocent bystanders, but something's got to change, man. If you people are out there watching this show tonight, give us a call, 216-672-4300. We want to hear your viewpoints on these tragedies that are taking place all across the United States of America. You got people saying strip the Second Amendment out of the Constitution. You got the gun owners out there bitching that's their right to bear arms, and it is Americans' right to bear arms, and we should be able to bear arms. But I say we're going to have to go back to the Old West, and we're going to have to pass out guns to everybody, man.
Well, you know, LG and I were talking earlier about this, Omar, and fans out there. You know what? I'm an advocate. You know what? Look at every building around here. They got to post it up there. Not allowed to bring a weapon in. Do you think the guys are doing something illegal? Are just going to go, oh, I better pay attention to this shit?
You think bank robbers go to the bank and they go, oh, they got a sign on the door. Don't bring weapons in here. I'm not going to rob it. That's the biggest bullshit thing there ever was. But then again,
and you know what? I definitely have weapons. Excuse me. But you know what? Okay, there is another side of it. Okay, yes. Okay, legally I have weapons. Okay, there's a lot of people legally, they have the concealed carry, but they don't have the mindset that they could be in a situation like that and innocent people could get hurt. But on my end, what did I tell you, LG, before we came on? If my daughters or my wife or you or Omar, good friends of mine, dear friends of mine, somebody comes in, you're in a situation like that, you know what? I want you packing heat. I would take a chance with that. I would take the chance that, you know what? This is a good man pulling out a 9mm or a 45 or whatever. I hope his aim is true.
Well, it's like this, man. You're standing in your classroom this morning. It's a normal school day. The door busts open. It's this 20-year-old moron with a .223 automatic rifle that starts shooting. He shot the teacher without even saying one syllable to her, Jeff.
Right.
Walks right in, busts the door open, and shoots the teacher without even saying one word. Okay? Then he starts shooting. It's the same classroom that his 6-year-old kid was in, man, and he wipes out the entire classroom. Another teacher who was a first grade teacher was in the midst of a meeting right then and there. She gathers her whole class and hides them. I guess maybe there's a bathroom in the school, in their classroom. She was able to blockade the door and put some kind of storage unit in between the students and the door.
Smart.
And even when the police arrived there, the lady wouldn't believe it was the police. She made them slide their badges underneath the door. When they did slide their badges underneath the door, she still didn't believe them and said, okay, if you're the police, go get a key and open the door. And that's what they had to do to get her in her entire class. So there's some unsung heroes out there.
I give her a bravo.
In Connecticut this evening.
Wouldn't you be the same way?
Well, you never know.
You know, you're locked up with these kids. Oh, yeah, God bless her. But now, you know, LG, you know what?
She said the whole time that they're in this room, you know, barricaded behind the door, that these little 6-year-old kids were going, they just want to have Christmas. I mean, these kids, we're weeks away, and God forbid, I mean, you know, there's 20 sets of parents tonight that don't have a little kid that went to school earlier this morning, man. And they probably already have Christmas and Hanukkah gifts wrapped for these kids, man.
Right.
And when I think about it, guys, the crazy part about everything, December 21st is supposed to be the end of the world. So you got these kids that's trying to, adults, I'm not going to call him a kid, I'm going to call him a coward anyway. Right. But you got these people that are really trying to make that happen for people. And I don't think this is going to be the last of it this week, unfortunately. But I just ask everybody out there, if you have kids, you have family, just protect them, because we are living in a crazy time in America today.
Oh, it's undoubtedly a crazy time, and that's the thing. Don't go to work in the morning without finding your wife or your loved ones and giving them a hug and a kiss, because it's just too short, man. You just never, ever know. You don't take anything for granted. You can go out the door in the morning and not return home at night, or God forbid it happens to one of your loved ones. You got to share the love, and you got to tell them how much you love them and care about them.
Here's one that I could pass on to you. My father-in-law, Ed Bushinsky, loved him to death. And you know what? He told my wife, Annette, his daughter,
don't marry Leaf.
You're a dick, okay? You know what? He did say that. No, what? You know what he said? Don't go to bed mad. And people sit there and laugh. You know what? Okay, you might get in an argument with your loved one, a good friend. You know what? End it on a good note, because you know what? You never, like LG was saying before, you never know what's going to happen. All of a sudden, I get in an argument with Omar. I get in an argument with him, my wife, my kids, whatever. Next day, they get into a situation like that. You know what? Love each other. Definitely.
Well, we got to revert back to the 60s, you know. The thing is,
God, are we getting fucking mushy?
Smoke more dope, and everybody was peace and love back then. Now it's like these people are into these realistic video games now. And I'm not going to blame the entire video game establishment on this, but there is a lot of people that think with these blood and war video games and the realism that's involved with the graphics on there, that somehow these people are thinking they're actually part of this video game.
Well, okay, let me throw it another side, and I've been an advocate of this for years, the notoriety. And you know what? Okay, we're sort of guilty of this right now, folks. But you know what? These people, they to me, LG, okay, I'm not famous. I didn't do good in school. I'm going to be working at a 7-Eleven, which nothing wrong with that, but to some of these people, they're
That's
mine.
where Omar works.
Don't talk. I was just going to say, don't talk about my job. 7-Eleven provides my family very, very, very fortunate.
Which one does he work at? I'll never fucking.
I'm not telling you, man. We're not allowed to give that information.
Well, you know what?
Out in case there's a shooter out there wanting to go after Omar.
Well, really, the point I'm getting at, and I mentioned that to LG before, the notoriety. They're like, okay, I've never become anything. You know what? Here's a way I can.
So this is your claim to fame is you.
Exactly.
You're a pussy piece of shit coward that you're going to go in and you're going to destroy lives that are in the very beginning stages. These were young minds that were being nurtured at a school.
Okay.
So this is your last act as a human. These people aren't even human, man. They don't even have the emotions, man.
LG, look at most of these tragedies that have happened through the years. Who does everybody remember? You remember
shooter.
this? They remember the shooter, never
because
the
we
victim.
don't even know the victims' names. It takes weeks before they're going to release all this information.
Oh, yeah.
And who can blame them? Can you imagine being part of... Well, by now, the families have to know if their kids are home from school or not.
Right.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
So here's the deal, man. You got some piece of junk coward guy that goes in and takes 20 young lives plus the 7 other victims. I guess the school principal was shot and killed. The school psychologist was shot and killed.
Right.
The guy's mother, who's the shooter, worked at that school. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's a dead body in the home that they lived in.
Well,
I guess there is. I guess there is a dead body in the home they lived in. The police wouldn't release any information yet because it's an ongoing investigation.
Well, you know what?
In Newton, Connecticut.
Another item that came up, in fact, tonight before I came up here, people were talking about, okay, yeah, most schools, well, all of them across the country, especially elementary schools, they have the little buzz-in thing. Who is it? Well, I'm Jeff Leaf. I'm here to get my daughter. Oh, yeah, come on in, Mr. Leaf. Okay.
Is there video that goes with
Yeah,
this?
but you know what, LG? Okay, you know, my daughters, their old school that they went to when they were, and my daughters are grown now. This is years ago. I almost guarantee you that I could go up to that school, buzz in. Hello, who is it? And I know most of them teachers. Oh, this is Jeff Leaf. I just want to stop by and say hi. How you doing? Come on in, Jeff. Okay, I'm a lunatic. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, the one kid, they're asking, how did he get in? Well, his mother worked there.
You talking into your microphone, man? Because, these people out there can't read your lips.
Oh, okay. But you know what, LG? Okay, the point I'm getting at, that was brought up. How did he get in?
Well, it's the same thing I said. I mean, they could have these electronic locks, okay, where you need a card, but what's going to stop the guy from taking his kid's card if that was the case? It's almost to the point where you're going to have a retina scan pretty soon.
Hey, guys,
or a handprint.
I hate to interrupt your show, but I got to say this, man. I think we are too much into protection in this world. We're always trying to figure out a way to make this right, to make that right. I look back into, if you go earliest back into the 1900s when they didn't have alarm systems. What was different about then and now? I don't think we need to overprotect it. We just have some crazy people out here, and we need to have security to notice.
Well, isn't security protection?
Well, no, I'm not saying like alarms and
No, not alarms. I'm saying, let's say we put an armed police officer in every single institution of learning in the United States. First of all, the burden of financial responsibility that would cost is going to be a lot of money. Who's going to pay for that? These people are already crying about school taxes and, with the way that schools are being paid. I'm a little bit concerned about the future of education because who wants to be a teacher anymore, man? You're a sitting duck in there.
Who wants to be a teacher? Who wants to send their kids to school anymore?
Well, that's what it's going to turn out to be.
How many parents I know that have kids in kindergarten around here on that Facebook, they were sitting there going, I just want to find my kid, get him home, and hug him. And I understand that, even though my kids are grown.
Well, I got 2 grandchildren. One's just started kindergarten this year, and the other one's only a year and a half old, but pretty soon she'll be starting kindergarten too.
After this, did you call your daughter?
No, because I figured I don't want to alarm her yet, because I'm pretty sure she's probably already having the same emotions you're talking about everybody else having.
Oh, gosh,
let's just get the kid back and let's hug him. And,
right.
you know, our friend Fox out in L.A., I saw he was anxious to get Dusty and pick her up.
I did. I saw
make
that.
sure she was nice and safe and everything. Big shout out to Fox and Lala out there. They're protecting their children, and I'll tell you, it's a scary time. It's a scary country we're living in, and I don't know how the hell we're going to curtail this, man. We're going to talk more about it when we come back with more of the sports with the You Gotta Be Freaking Kidding Me.
Bullshit. We're going to change the subject.
No, we're not going to change the subject.
Yeah, we're going to change the subject.
We're going to get through this. I got
some other stories to talk about.
Well, we'll get to them. We got an hour here, Leaf.
Welcome.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the You Gotta Be Freaking Kidding Me show. Before the break, we were talking about this tragic shooting that took place. And I just want you to know our prayers and our thoughts go out to the people at Sandy Hook Elementary School, all the families that are involved in this tragedy that took place earlier today. And maybe you saw us before the break. Leaf and I were arguing a little bit about this because he just doesn't have the intelligence. Jeff Leaf doesn't have the intelligence to carry on a conversation for any amount of time. He starts losing a little bit.
What do you mean by that?
Leaf, let's just finish this conversation.
All right, let's finish it. I don't have the intelligence.
The thought is, what do we do to put an end to these senseless, stupid, coward, bastard shootings that take place? I mean, you can't go to the movies. It started years ago. People went in and shot up McDonald's and killed a bunch of you. Can't, anywhere you're sitting, you're a lame duck these days.
Right.
How do you stop it? Well, give me a solution.
Okay. Tougher laws, and I don't mean tougher.
Well, these guys are going to kill themselves when they're done shooting everybody else. So what's the law?
Okay.
How do you stop this?
That you can't stop. But you know what? Some of these assholes, you go ahead. You know what? They'll go through the court system.
Look at this guy in Colorado. He's been sitting in
for
jail
years.
For how long now? Since the Aurora shootings. And I don't even think they did anything to him yet, man. The guy out in Chardon that shot up the school and put the one guy in a wheelchair and killed, 6 or 5?
Oh, yeah, he's going to be on court.
They're bitching about right now if the police read him his Miranda rights before he was making a confession.
And from what I hear, they have it 3 times on tape that they did read it to him.
Sure.
And if, you know what, a public defender Oh,
I mean,
my
it's your
God.
job to defend somebody to the best of your
Yeah,
ability.
but you know
I'm
what?
not even so sure the kid has a public defender.
But you know
I
what?
thought somebody was paying for
It
a
almost
lawyer
gets
for
to the
him.
point. It's like, a public defender and even the judges. It's like, oh, wait a minute. This is a mute point. No, bullshit. The fucker's guilty. Done.
I mean, you can't
Take him out and shoot him.
guys, you can't beat this. The best thing to do is make sure the media don't report it. I mean, these guys are doing this to get
Thank you.
coverage. And we're giving them glory just by talking about this now.
Right now, yeah.
Maybe you have the media, whenever stuff like this happens, it's inside that community and it's not national news. Every news coverage right now today is talking about this.
Well, what are you going to do? I mean, it's a big tragedy, man.
Okay, here's a good point, LG. I don't.
We're not mentioning nobody's names. My thoughts and prayers go out to the families, the survivors, the people that are hurting and had their hearts ripped out of them today, man. They raised a kid for 5 or 6 years, and it's been stolen away from them.
And
you lost somebody you loved in your life, Kenyon.
Right.
And you know what that hurt feels like. Some people have never experienced that hurt, and judging by the age of some of these victims, the parents maybe just as their first situation of it's a terrible thing to have to go through, man.
You know what? Getting back to
what is the fucking solution to the problem? That's my question.
All right, now, as far as I mentioned it before, and Omar just mentioned it again, as far as this notoriety, now, hold on here for a little bit. I believe in England, I'm not certain, I mentioned it on one of these shows, I forget, months ago or whatever. They are not allowed, when similar tragedies like this happen, you know how they say,
well, in England, the police don't even carry guns.
You're innocent until proven guilty and all that crap. They are not allowed to go ahead and say anything until the outcome of the trial. So in other words, that person who did this tragedy is not getting glorified in the interim. It's until, okay, now here's the court docket.
Your whole thing behind your whole reasoning that this guy did this was just to have notoriety. That's your whole thinking.
No, not my whole thinking. It's a little bit of my thinking. It's the only not solution. The only thing that could come into my mind that these people...
A solution of not giving notoriety is not the answer here. The answer is...
Well,
the answer is...
But it's maybe
first of all, in England, the police don't even carry guns.
Right.
Now, in this country, the guy that shot the Oregon people in the mall, he stole the frickin' rifle. I mean, he literally just stole that rifle to go commit a crime. Now, I don't want to know, how do you get into a store, steal a rifle and the ammunition if it was indeed from a store? I mean, he could have broken into somebody's house and stole the thing.
LG, I'm going back to the thing. Okay, I don't have a lot of these cases, but you bring up the name of the murderer, and everybody goes, oh, yeah, I remember him. Not one of the victims, ever.
And that's the tragedy. That's the tragedy.
Well, they remember the killer. So they
wait. You know what the problem is? Here's the solution then. I got the solution. The problem isn't that we know the killer's name. The problem is that we get repeated for 2 frickin' years, the killer's name. Yeah, some of these cases don't even go to trial. Like I said, the Aurora, Colorado guy, he got caught red-handed. Take him out back, blow his frickin' brains out. We don't ever hear the guy's name again.
Yeah, but you know what? You hear the guy's name, but not only that, LG, the guy is sitting there every 2 seconds they got his mugshot.
Right, and we're feeding him.
High school picture.
We're feeding him, we're clothing him, we're giving him medical care. He's going to see a shrink on the taxpayer's dollar. Take him out back. He comes out of the Aurora, Colorado. I mean, I can understand you're going to get an innocent guy once in a while.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
when you come out and you're covered in gunshot residue and you just shot how many people he shot, you're not really a presumed innocent at that point in my book. Man.
We didn't.
That's almost we caught you red-handed.
Yeah, right. LG, I'm telling you, they glorified the piss out of these people.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man.
Okay, I mentioned John Wayne Gacy. You don't remember that. He was the clown guy or whatever.
I remember the name, but I don't remember the exact act. I try to block this shit out of my mind.
You remember his name. Okay, mention one of his victims.
I don't know any.
There you go.
Do you?
You know his name.
Do you know any of them?
Hell no. But now here's another one. They asked this question. I know this is going to sound stupid. I'm going to ask you this question. Who killed Osama bin Laden? Who killed him?
A Navy SEAL guy.
A Navy SEAL. Oh, yeah.
SEAL.
Not a gun. Not a gun. Not a weapon.
Well,
like
technically speaking, the SEALs,
Hey,
if you read the book that came out, Osama bin Laden was shot before they even came in the room.
You're missing my point. Everybody, that's another, I'm changing subjects a little bit. Everybody, well, it's weapons that kill people and this and that. No, but when you ask somebody who killed Osama bin Laden, they always say Navy SEALs. No, they don't go ahead. Okay, who killed these innocent victims? Well, it was guns. It was weapons. It was this. It was that. No. You know what? I mean...
Well, a gun can't kill without the guy squeezing the trigger.
Exactly. I could kill you with a knife.
Right.
And
unfortunately, there was a giant attack in China today where
where
the guy used a knife and went into a school and brutally attacked a bunch of kids there, too.
Now, mind you, a good point, yes.
Now, in China, you know that you're going to get killed for doing something like that.
That's sucker.
There's no... let's put him in jail for 2 years and feed him and clothe him.
He's probably dead right now.
Right.
But you know what? Yeah, a knife, everybody says, okay, get rid of weapons. Yeah, no doubt I could go ahead, take a weapon, and take out hundreds of people. A knife is close and personal. I got to get close to you, stab you, go to him, Omar, stab him. It's close and personal. Yes, a weapon is more effective as far as a gun. Absolutely. But it does not cure it. Absolutely,
there is no cure. That's what we're finding out here. I'm asking you, what's the solution? You haven't given me one solid piece of advice yet.
I have no
solution.
There's
nothing that we can do to curtail these useless, stupid assholes that go out, get a gun, and go into a crowded vicinity and start blasting people. There is not a damn thing that we can do to curtail this.
Right. Yeah, I don't care if you get the best psychiatrist.
My thing is give everybody a gun then. Let's go back to the Old West. Everybody has a sidearm.
I told you, I'm all for weapons, but you know what?
We see a guy come walking in the mall.
You're going to get some fucking people, though, that's a good Samaritan, a good person, and they're packing heat. And you know what? I'll tell you, I don't know if you guys walked around, any of you out there, you or whatever. You know what? When you put a weapon on the side of your ass, I've carried one, you get a fucking hard on. You're like, oh, shit, I'm packing heat. And you know what? There's some people that take it a little bit further. They're going, and they could snap. It's like, that guy looks like a fucking asshole, and they're going to pull it out and start shooting for no goddamn reason. There's a weird balance there, LG. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, yeah, I mean,
but you have the good guys.
There's probably plenty of times where you're driving down the street and you see a road rage, and if that guy was packing heat, God only knows what this guy would do next. Yeah, he might start blasting somebody. Yeah, who knows?
There's some people you could be driving next to me.
But in the Old West, remember the Old West, you had a little gripe with, say me and you had a line.
Yeah, you go
come on, let's go outside and draw.
Yeah, you drink some whiskey.
Who shoots who first?
You fuck a couple of whores, you blow this guy's head off. Done. But you know what? I mean, that's a weird percentage there that, okay, who is competent to go ahead? You're going to have plenty of people, yes, that they see a situation that's going on, and they'll have the mind and the aim, the whole thing. Yes, that's the bad guy. I have to shoot him. Here comes my weapon. But now you have the guys that go ahead and go, you know what? You get tunnel vision. You panic. You go ahead and just start spraying bullets. I've heard both sides of the story.
I got to tell you this too, guys. Sorry to squeeze in here.
No, go ahead.
China also carries laws similar to United States. That's something that United States is doing. If you notice, United States gets involved in all these different countries trying to make these laws. What China laws are very similar to United States: life in prison or the death penalty.
Well,
Kenya, and in China, if you have too many baby girls, they make you drown them in a bucket of water, man.
I know you can't have. I know you can't have too many kids. I don't know about the bucket of water.
No, that's the truth, man. They would drown the baby in a bucket of water. They would make the parents do it.
I've seen it happen.
You know that's true, though. You've heard about it, right?
Yeah, I've heard about it, but I think it's all mute.
It's not. If you have a girl instead of a boy, they make you drown.
No, they put a thing out there They wanted everybody in China, one kid. And we give you incentives as far as, okay, we'll give you X amount of dollars. Okay, you had one kid. Okay, you had two. You know what? We're going to take some of it back. Come on.
I saw a movie one time.
Drown them in a bucket of water.
Where this guy was hurting kids. Hey, look it up, Leaf. I'll bet you $100 that they made these people do that.
Did you really?
Yes. I don't make shit up, man. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
yeah,
No,
you
I
do.
don't.
Yeah, you do.
I'm telling you, you look it up, you're going to find out that they made these people drown these kids in a bucket of water. Well, listen, before we take this
I
break,
wish somebody would have drowned you in a bucket of water.
before we take this break, really, one more
I gotta
thought.
joke around a little.
Let's put the thoughts and prayers together tonight, people, for these people in Connecticut, Newton, Connecticut, and let's pray and lift up in prayer their families. We kid around a lot on this show. We're not
Absolutely,
kidding.
yeah. But
We're not kidding about this. We really want everybody to band together and get one big giant prayer chain going.
And we're going to
Send out
change the
thoughts
subject when we come
and
back.
prayers to these people out there who lost a loved one today. They're hurting. We'll be right back with more of the You Gotta Be Frickin' Kidding Me show right here on StreamingSportsTalk.com, directly across the street from the Lake County Captains Stadium.
Woohoo.
How long will I wait this time? Leave this twisted road behind, buried under earth and sky. Hope you're coming 'cause I'm ready to fly. Hope you're coming 'cause I'm ready to fly. No more will I waste my time. I could do what on what crime, standing on the edge of life. Hope you're coming 'cause I'm ready to fly. Hope you're coming 'cause I'm ready to fly. What if I just close my eyes? Would the daytime be my night? Would the tears stay in my mind? Hope you're coming 'cause I'm ready to fly. Hope you're coming 'cause I'm ready to fly. You said life would last forever. Keep my mind on something better. Doesn't even really matter. Jump into the darkest water. You said life would last forever. Keep my mind on something better. Doesn't even really matter. Jump into the darkest water.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cleveland Sport, to the You Gotta Be Frickin' Kidding Me show right here live on StreamingSportsTalk.com.
Right.
Leaf, what the hell is going on with Rob Parker down there at ESPN?
You know what? I'm going to pull one on. I'm going to pull one on Omar back there. Hey, Omar,
What's a cornball?
you're a cornball brother. What do you think about that?
You know what? I'll tell you what. That Parker, that's my dude, man. I love him on First Take. I really do.
Well, you're not going to love him now.
No. What
You're not going to love him now
crossed-
because he just got suspended.
Just want to beat him up a little
Well,
bit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. He crossed the line with the comments he said. They were prejudiced, they were ignorant, and there was no cause for that.
And now he's suspended.
He's fired. He's never going to be back on ESPN. ESPN will never put him back on the air.
Is that what they call suspending you?
That's
You
what they call
actually
suspended.
fired?
He will never step foot on ESPN again unless he does something ignorant like this shooting video.
Let's fill out the folks out there with this story. I mean, we're talking, we all know the story.
Robert Griffin III.
Okay, frequent
What's the
ESPN
topic?
talking head, Rob Parker, however, went out of his way.
What was that? The
Producer-
first? What's the name of that show? The First Take?
It's First Take. Usually that's Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, but
Both of those guys go over the line once in a while
well,
too.
not like this. They don't
No.
say the
Even
things
they were
that,
shocked.
that- I mean, First Take is an over-the-line show. It's sort of like unsportsmanlike conduct that comes on Mondays. This is First Take. They say over-the-line stuff, but what this guy said was too far over the line.
Oh, yeah.
Way too far.
Yeah, he did. He went off.
Well,
So tell everybody, you guys may want to tell everybody that may be listening that may not know the story, what is the story?
Okay, right now here I have I believe a quote from Rob Parker. I've talked to some people in Washington D.C., some people in Griffin's press conference. Some people I've known for a long time. I'm sorry, my eyes are terrible. My question, which is just a straight, honest question, is he a brother or is he a cornball brother? Basically, you know what, folks?
Then he goes on. Then he goes on to say, "Wait. Let me tell you this part." Then he goes on to say, "Well, he's got to be a brother because he's got those long braids in his hair."
All right. Well, here it continues. He's not really. He's black, but he's not really down with the cause.
What is the cause?
He's not one of us.
What's the
I mean,
cause?
he's not one of us, a black.
What does that mean?
He's calling him an
This
Uncle
is 2012.
Okay, he's calling him an Uncle Tom, right? Right, Omar? A cornball
Exactly.
brother.
He's calling him.
He's calling him Uncle Tom.
Personality-wise, RG is a little corny, but you cannot take away what he does on the field. I don't think he's Uncle Tom. He's just a little corny.
Okay, and then it continues on. He's kind of black, but he's not really like the guy you'd want to hang out with. I just want to find out
What kind
about
of a
it.
black guy do you want to hang out with?
All right, I'm trying
Tell
to. Well, basically, what he was saying, okay, in a nutshell, he's got a fiance, a beautiful white woman,
So does Tiger Woods.
and but
He had 24 of them.
he's basically calling this guy. He's calling him an Uncle Tom.
Well, you
And
know
that's
what, man? That's where it sets back some of these black people. And some of my best friends in the world are black people. But you got black people like this Parker guy that's putting the black people further behind the times because they're starting to say black people ain't acting like. What is a black person supposed to act like, man?
Well,
Robert Griffin's father was a career military dude that served this country. And you know what? He'd die in a war just like you would, man.
And you know what? I mean, I'm just reading this shit. I'm not putting down Rob Parker at all.
You, man.
Would you guys like me?
I'm debating it
I
with
can
you.
play it for you if you like me.
Oh, please.
No, you don't got to play it, man. We don't want to hear it. I already heard it. I wrote a big article about it first
he
thing
is
this morning.
quoted here. He has a white fiance.
Friends of mine, right, who were around in some of the press conferences, people I've known for a long time. But my question, which is just a straight, honest question, is he a brother or is he a cornball brother?
What does that mean?
Yeah, explain that. Well, he's not really. Okay, he's black, he kind of does the thing, but he's not really down with the cause. He's not one of us. He's kind of black, he's in the, but he's not really like the guy you really want to hang out with because he's off to something else.
Why is that your question?
Well, because that's just how I want to find out about him. I don't know because I keep hearing these things.
Okay, that's good, man. That's enough.
Let's talk about he's a Republican.
Kill it.
So basically, they're beating the shit out of Rob Parker for all those comments.
First of all, listen
They're
to this.
calling the
talk.
brother. He's calling the brother a cornball.
Yeah, but first of all, let's talk about this for a minute. I don't think anybody would want to hang out with him. I bet you.
Wait a minute. Hang out with who?
The guy says, if you listen to the audio,
Nobody would want to hang out with this
RG3.
quarterback, this brother.
but I bet you there are people out there that would cut their arm off to have a chance to hang out with RG3.
You know what? I'll hang out with anybody. I don't give a shit what color they are
Right.
or what they. If they're a good person, I'll hang out with them.
It's almost
now,
like
Omar, fuck him.
it's almost like they're saying
Sorry, Omar.
he ain't black enough.
That's what he's saying.
But I don't understand that.
No,
I
well,
really don't understand that, man.
Well,
it's
he-
the black people like Rob Parker that are putting the black people in this country down, man. This is
No,
2012.
I don't agree with that.
We got a frickin' president that's black. It's time, it's time to accept that the black people are the same as the white people.
it's been going on.
That's exactly
for
what
years.
Robert Griffin is. He's the same.
He's a what?
Yeah.
He's the same. I mean, I understand what Parker was saying. I understand completely what he was saying. He just said it the wrong way. He shouldn't have thought about his words before he said it. I understand completely. I have a lot of people that I know that are corny. They're just corny people, and they have no idea what it is to be a black person. It's completely different. And Robert Griffin III, unfortunately, he's been an exceptional athlete. So his whole career, he's been around mostly Caucasians to put him to the level he's at right now. I understand that, but the way he said it was very, very racist.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Let's talk about that for a minute. First of all, it's not only the people Robert Griffin has been around, Kenyon, his entire life from
Omar on this show.
From the time he was born, he was raised by this military person who's Robert Griffin Jr., okay? Jr. served his country in the entire career. He was a military guy, man, so his upbringing is substantial. Robert Griffin is a hell of an athlete, but nobody knows. You know, people don't even relate to this because half the athletes can't even read and write. Listen to this shit,
Did you know
the guy?
What do you act like?
No, listen to this.
A black guy's acting like a white guy.
Did you know?
White guy is acting like a
Did
black.
you know the guy is a freaking honor student, man? He graduated college earlier. He was done academically.
Okay, what guy are you talking about?
Robert Griffin.
Okay, so what? Now, getting back to the point, they're beating the piss out of Rob Parker because he's acting too white. That's just like somebody.
Robert Parker's acting too white.
Yeah.
I think he's pissed off because he doesn't think Robert Griffin was acting black enough.
Oh, gee, you know what? Well, it's.
I don't think he's acting
It's
too
either
white.
way.
I don't think Parker is acting white. I think Parker wants to be more ghetto.
Well, shit, you know what, man? Then I'm going to go ahead, Jeff Leaf, the cracker motherfucker. I am going to be acting like a black man from now on. Kiss my ass, motherfucker. Shit!
Who you
now
telling
you're
that
gonna
to,
go ahead,
Parker?
You're gonna go ahead and make a report now. You know what? I ain't doing the "you gotta be freaking kidding me" show. With
You ain't white enough anymore, man.
You ain't white enough.
You're a white cornball.
He is hanging around with Omar too much. Shit, motherfucker.
You know what? Am I right? Am I doing this? Am I doing the same thing?
I don't know, man.
Or am I talking on my ass? You know what I am. You know, that's what happened.
What
Plain
happened?
and simple. He's just saying that the brother should be acting like a brother, just like Tiger Woods. He ain't acting like a brother enough. And then they come look at me and go,
"Oh, Jeff Leaf, he ain't acting like white
Well, there's
boy."
something about Tiger Woods, and don't get this wrong. I can't remember the exact quote, but I think Tiger Woods doesn't think he's black.
he just like white pussy.
No, forget about the sex that he has for partners. He really doesn't think he's black, man. I heard a statement. Somebody said Tiger Woods doesn't think he's black.
Well, they have a quote. Not a
You know,
quote
his mother was
Tiger.
from Taiwan,
Yeah.
and his father was from.
They have a quote, not a quote from Tiger Woods, but from this Rob guy. He goes, Tiger Woods was like, "I have black skin, but don't call me black."
See what I mean? He doesn't think he's black.
Well, I'm Jeff Leaf. I might have white skin, but don't call me a hunky.
What should we call you?
Shit, man, don't worry about it, brother.
What are we going to call you, man? You got
Oh,
white
man.
skin? Are you really black on the inside?
Shit, I'm black on the outside, I'm black on the inside, I'm white on the inside, I'm Chinese, I'm this, I'm that. I don't give a fuck. If you're a good goddamn person, I'm going to shake your hand.
That's
and be
all that
friends with
matters.
you.
Really.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
You know what really gets me? I heard the other day, and this is
What
the
gets
God's
you?
truth. There's people moved into this house, and it was one of them kind of houses where the other one's connected to the side of it.
Yeah, I call it duplex. But
And
continue.
yeah, but it's not as funny if I just go, it was a duplex. I gotta go. It was one of them houses where the other one's
Oh, yeah, the other way you said it,
You know.
cracked me up.
No,
You
that's
know,
the way
it's a
people-
house connected to the other. And you know what? They have this thing underground connected to the house up above.
What's
called
that
a fucking
called?
basement.
See what I mean? If I would have just said it was a duplex, we wouldn't even went to this ground we're walking on now.
We are stupid.
But the person goes,
Okay.
there's a black guy living next door.
Really?
I go, what do you mean by that?
Oh, no, they did it like this. Wait, they did it like this. Hang on. There's a black guy living next door.
They go like this to me. I swear to God, it's a true story. They go,
First thing they say.
if I'd have known there was a black guy living there, I would have never moved there. I go, why not?
Uh-huh.
Because there's a black guy there.
Oh,
I go,
yeah.
are you fucking nuts? I go, what's the big difference if it's black, white, Hungarian, Oriental? Who gives a shit? He's your neighbor.
Yeah.
The guy's a school teacher in University Heights. What do we care what color he is, man?
Oh, yeah, but once they find that out, it's like, oh, that's all right. You're a good
No, the lady's still
African-American.
saying it's a black person. If I'd have known this, I would have never moved there. I go, are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me.
You got to be
I
freaking
mean, that fits
kidding me.
right in. You got to be freaking kidding me. It's a black guy living there.
But you know what?
If I'd have known that, I wouldn't have moved
I don't
there.
care, white or black or whatever. We're all judgmental. You see a white punk kid come in to your neighborhood, pulling this shit, going, "Yo, what's up?" Right away, you're judging him, saying, "Huh, white piece of trash, motherfucker." Period.
Well, that's the essence of it all, right there. There's trash in every culture, every race. It doesn't matter, white, black, Hungarian, Hispanic. There's good people, there's bad people, color, race. It doesn't have nothing to do with it.
Did you just fart?
No, I didn't fart.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
You did.
You're fucking crazy.
You're fucking crazy. I smell it. God, go to commercial.
That's probably you,
Jesus.
man. It's probably one of the...
I've been dreaming all day, staring at clouds with a head full of nothing to say. Am I wasting my time? Or is this something I can't seem to get off my mind in this blue-collar town? The people with night and the people with day, they're the salt of the earth. It's no place to live, but there's no place that I'd rather stay. I'll never leave this town. It sucks me in, won't let me out. When I dream I'm driving home, falling asleep on the phone. I'll never leave this town. It sucks me in, won't let me out. The people I love will be here when I'm gone. I'll never leave this town. It sucks me in, won't let me out. When I dream I'm driving home, falling asleep on the phone.
Oh, welcome back to the You Gotta Be Freaking Kidding Me show with
folks,
Jeff
how are ya?
Leaf and your host, LG.
And we've got Omar back there running the steels of wheel.
Have another beer, Leaf.
Have another beer. I've
Have
already
another beer.
had about 32 of them.
That's what we're afraid of.
What else are we going to talk about,
Don't
LG?
be like that Dallas Cowboys guy and drive drunk and kill your best buddy.
Well, you know, things happen. What are you going to do?
It's unbelievable, man. Now the guy got to live with himself for the rest of his life, knowing that he killed his best friend in the world, the guy he went to college with, and they're booking the guy for manslaughter.
I couldn't imagine
What
going
do they
through
call that? Intoxicated manslaughter.
They call it you're going away in prison for a long time.
You could go for 20 years on that fine,
Yeah.
that charge.
Right.
But intoxicated manslaughter.
Well, you know what? I mean,
Both
look-
guys were drunk. The other guy got in the car with him, as somebody pointed out to me the other night. And next thing you know,
Yeah, please, Omar.
they
Excuse me, folks.
The guy
It's a
was
beer exchange. Thank you.
the guy was tipping over the car, and the thing killed his buddy. Man,
Wait a minute. What? The guy was tipping over the car. Wait a minute.
car rolled over. He hit the medium. It flipped
Yeah.
over on the roof of the car, and the one guy got out, and the other guy died.
Yeah. The
They
driver.
said the guy that was driving had at least 14 drinks. For as drunk as he was twice the legal limit, and they figured it out by his body mass. And he's a big guy, man. I mean, he's a
Right.
freaking offensive or a defensive lineman for the Dallas Cowboys.
How come
And
I
he was a
didn't
big
hear?
guy.
I didn't hear about this.
Where the hell you been? Living under a rock?
Pretty much. I guess.
Turn the news on once in a while, Leaf.
I do turn the news on.
You didn't hear about this, man? It happened last Saturday.
No, wait a minute. Okay. This a black dude?
Black dude.
Okay. Did it flip over and he burned to death or something?
I don't know if he
like that?
burned to death, but I know the car caught on fire.
Okay, he was driving.
I certainly
And
hope
died.
he did not. No, the driver did not die. The passenger died.
Okay, maybe then
The
that's
driver is the one being charged with intoxicated manslaughter.
okay. That's not the pro.
Intoxicated manslaughter.
That is not the pro football player.
It is the pro football player.
I'm fucking confused.
The guy that died was on the practice squad for the Dallas Cowboys, and the guy that lived is on the regular Dallas Cowboys.
I'm like, I feel like Beavis or something. I'm totally fucking lost.
Yeah, but they said, I'm
Next
telling you,
story.
by the guy's mass and his body weight and height, blah, 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 they said he could have had up to 32 drinks.
Up to 32
Yeah, they
drinks
said
and
he had
still-
to have a
and still be
minimum of 14. No. They said that's what they think he consumed before getting behind the wheel of the car.
fine. Holy shit.
They were trash.
I got a question for you guys.
Go on,
I
Mark.
thought this was great for you. You got to be freaking kidding me, because I talked about it earlier. Now, why is this guy being charged with manslaughter when the guy who drank just as much as him, was just intoxicated as he was, got in the car with him?
Well, that's what I just said.
Because the driver, Omar,
Ultimately,
His
the driver's
respons-
responsibility.
that's his responsibility.
But I'm on. You've got to be freaking kidding me. Tell me this is some bull.
No,
Well, it's bullshit, all right, but the law is the law. If you're driving your car and you hurt somebody because you had too much to drink, ultimately you're responsible for it.
and also I could say the passenger has the, well, they might be drunk, but they go ahead and say, I chose to get into the car with him, and I know he's fucked up.
That's
And
what
he
his
was
point is.
operating.
That's what Omar's point is. He's saying because the passenger got in the car with him, he knew the guy was screwed up. He should have not be charged for manslaughter. That's what Omar's point is. That's what he's trying to say.
Okay, wait a minute.
Why is the guy being charged for
okay, wait.
manslaughter when the other guy got in the car with him?
I'm in the driver's seat right now, right? Okay, I'm driving. We're both drunk.
Okay.
Go.
Look out, man.
Let me crack
There's
open
a
the
red
door.
light over there.
Hang on, I'll steer with my feet. Okay, now we got in an accident. I killed you and me, or what?
No. You live, I die.
I live,
I'm dead.
you die.
But Jeff,
I'm in fucking
you're going to prison, Jeff, for manslaughter.
I should.
Up to 20 years in
But
Texas.
he got in the car. Y'all been drinking at the bar all night. He got in the car with you, knowing that both of you guys were intoxicated. You live, he dies. You go to prison.
Well, here's the thing,
Yeah.
man. I think
Okay,
the ultimate
okay, Omar.
responsibility rests on who's got the frickin' car.
Okay, Omar, I'm trying to get to the point here. You're saying that I shouldn't?
No, I'm saying you should not, because your friend LG, he was just as drunk as you. If he knew you were drunk, why did he get in the car with you?
Because both guys were too frickin' drunk to figure out they didn't have enough common sense to figure it out.
So
I was in
Ultimately, the bottom line, the responsibility lies with who's driving the motor vehicle at the time.
I was the one.
Does it make any sense?
I had my finger on the trigger.
Right. You pulled
Period.
the trigger. When
I
you put
pulled
the
it.
key in the ignition and
you
you
know what?
turned it, you were turning on a deadly weapon.
LG,
You were turning on a deadly weapon.
you made the choice. Okay, I'm going back to Omar. You made the choice to get in the car with
Right.
me. You know I'm
That's
fucked
what he's
up.
saying.
Okay, why didn't I make the choice to say, LG, we're both too fucked up. Leave the car here.
Well,
Call
that's
it quits.
because they're not.
But
they're
I-
superhuman.
Well,
man.
wait a minute,
These
wait a
are
minute.
NFL players.
Hey,
They're
hey.
superhuman.
Hey, both of us did. You made the bad choice.
Look at
to
that
get-
one guy we both know. He used to drink and he thought he was invisible. Remember? Jack Williams?
Jack Williams?
Don't you remember? He used to drink, and he used to drink so much
That
he
wasn't
th-
Jack
Yes,
Williams.
there sure was.
Suck what?
It sure was him. He
thought
thought
he
he
was
was invisible. He goes, "Look, can you see me? I'm
I don't
invisible."
remember that.
Ask him.
Well, you know what? Okay, wait a minute.
Hey, did he have an accident?
Hey, you
Did
screwed
he have
me-
an accident
You
once?
screwed me up here. You know what? We both made the bad choice.
Absolutely.
You
and,
got
that's
no-
what, and that's what Omar's trying to say. They both made a bad choice. The passenger made a bad choice by getting in the car with an intoxicated driver.
But the intoxicated, he had the trigger on the gun. He could have said, you know what, LG, I'm too fucked up. We can't drive. No, he made the choice. You know what? I'm fine. Hey, you know it. I'm fine. I can get us home, LG. Oh, sorry, LG. You're
Next
dead.
thing you know, he's got drunknesia.
Uh-huh. Right. Hey, look, there's Ken.
That's what
Tom,
happened.
how the hell are you? You
Hey, don't forget, coming right up
sexy
after
bastard.
the You Gotta Be Freaking Kidding Me
Oh,
show.
wait, but there's Denise.
At 9 o'clock this evening, it's going to be drag racing, the ultimate sport with the ultimate family, reporting on the ultimate cars.
That's right.
The Kennedys coming up next. It's Friday. Okay, that's going to be it for the You Gotta Be Freaking Kidding Me show. All kidding aside, please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, get on your knees this afternoon, this evening, whatever your time zone you're in, and say a prayer for those families that lost a loved one
Absolutely.
in Connecticut. This holiday season is
Yeah.
never going to be the same.
Count your
again,
blessings.
Nor will their life be.
Hug your family.
Hug them, tell them you love them.
Never go to bed mad.
Don't take anything for granted. We'll see you next Friday with more of the You Gotta Be Freaking Kidding Me show right here on streamingsportstalk.com. Don't forget, up next, Friday. Drag racing. We'll see you next week, folks.
Take it easy,
God
folks.
bless you.
Have a great one.